Hi YouTube, it's been a long time. How have you been? Welcome to my very second ever video game review video on this channel. The very first video game review that I ever did was for Contra 4 on the Nintendo DS back in 2008. I just checked, yes. And the very next one, completes the circle, the next Way Forward Contra game. Way Forward, hats off to you, sirs, ma'ams. You've been very respectful to Contra. I appreciate that as a very old, long-time Contra gamer. My history with Contra goes back to the days of the NES. Contra 1 happens to be the game that got me and my brother and a friend of ours who introduced us to the Nintendo and video games in general back in the day. Contra 1 was the game, along with Double Dragon 2, that got us into video games. So Contra holds a very special, has always held a very special place in my heart. And I always love going back to Contra and just keeping my eye on where Contra has been going over the years. Having said that, that's the preface. I'm going to start the game. I'm also going to keep on talking. So Contra to me has always been Contra 1, 2, and 3. That's it. That is where I draw the line, and everything after has just not really hit the mark that 1, 2, and 3 set. We were always Nintendo boys. We never had a Sega machine, so I don't know about hardcore. Never played it that much. But yeah, Contra 1, Super Contra, and Contra 3, the Alien Wars, is the defining Contra for as far as I am concerned. I also tried my hardest, my darndest to play and to like the PS1 and the PS2 Contra games. I appreciate the variety, the diversity in characters, but really, to me, Contra has always been Bill and Lance. I don't care if there are any more characters, if it's a female, if it happens to be T-Hawk, I don't know, or if it's Robocop, whatever it is, Macross, Gundam. Bill and Lance is where I draw the line with my Contras. We've got some super moves here. Invulnerability during dash, we'll take it, and weapon retention after death, we'll take it, sure. So I have made this review time and time again, and I keep deleting it and I keep making the next one. I just want this to be very brief and to the point, so I'm just going to talk about 4 things, and I have written them down this time. So the first thing I want to talk about is the sound design. Right now, if you can hear what I am hearing, this is doing nothing to excite me. This has nothing to do with Contra. It's not. Yeah, sure, there's that drum roll, the aliens, James Cameron, the movie, the drum roll, the Space Marines drum roll is there. It's not really doing it. Contra music has been the one that gets your blood boiling, gets your heart pumping. Uh, I mean, Contra is, it's the story, the theme is no rocket science. Big guys, heavy guns, shoot alien, pew pew pew, save the world. That's it. That is Contra. I don't need this to be any more complicated, but this music is not getting me in the mood of going in and do. This is more like what's the word? Tactical espionage action. This is more along the lines of Metal Gear, and this will become evident as we go on and start the game. Finally. Finally, let's start the game. We're talking about the game. Let's hear the music as our character arrives on the scene. Traditionally, the music is the first thing that you are greeted with when the game starts. Now, if you are hearing the same thing I am hearing, now this is Super Contra jungle theme. I forget if it's level 3 or level 5, but it's that song remixed. But we are using a lot of horns, brass, violin, strings here, synths here. This sounds more like Metal Gear music, less like Contra music. You can just take this out of, just take Contra out and just place Solid Snake in there. This is just like Solid Snake, Metal Gear music. This has nothing to do with Contra music. It's not really putting me into the mood of let's shoot, let's blast some aliens also. But the music, I mean the instrumentation and all, that instrumentation, the choice of instruments and the bass of the music it's just a Metal Gear chase music more than Contra go out guns ablaze music. It's not doing it for me. Sound effects, if you are listening to the same thing I'm listening, this is like a pea shooter. Pick. They had perfected the default weapon sound effect in Contra 3. That was perfect. That was great. That was perfect. You didn't need to reinvent the wheel, but this is just not the sound effect I was hoping to, have to work with. It's more or less the same sound effect. It just there with less delay between the shots, but it's the same sound effect more or less, and it's not doing it. The machine gun sound is iconic, back in from even from Super Contra days. You know, the machine gun sound effect is an iconic sound. This game's I'm not very happy with this game's choice of sound effects and music instrumentation in its music. Coming to gameplay, so gameplay is classic Contra. It feels a little slower, just I guess because of additional frames of animation that they have included this time around. But everything else is classic Contra. The invulnerability while you're hiding in water is there. Music kind of fades out if you are underwater. You know, the funky stuff. Sure, I appreciate it. Oh no. Also, we have a life bar by choice. You can choose to have a life bar, you can choose to have one hit death, it's up to you. They also have given you a double jump by default, which is something I appreciate. You know, I'll take it. Thank you, thanks very much. Way forward, I appreciate it. Thank you for the double jump. There's a super move that lets you, at least lets, where's the move? There it is. Lets you dash and gives you a bit of invulnerability. Let's try it out. Shoot me, please. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so you can pass through, what do you call it, bullets. I'll take it. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm not very comfortable with the button layout this time around, but that's okay. Something time will fix. No, that's the one I was going for. So yeah, gameplay-wise, I don't really have any issues with it. I like it. It's fine. It would be a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure a lot of fun on two-player mode, which is just how I like my Contra. Always couch multiplayer is my Contra. Here's a tribute to Contra 3 Alien Wars. If you remember, the pew, an airplane would come, shoot two rockets, and yeah, basically it's a tribute to that. This is the point where we would bring out both guns and do that two-gun thing, but that doesn't happen over here. We cannot take out two guns and do any of that stuff over here. Though you can switch very rapidly by pressing R1. Anyway, I digress. The next thing I want to talk about. So we've spoken about sound. We've spoken about gameplay. Graphics is the next thing, which you know you would expect would be one of the things to speak about. Since I myself am, you know, from the days of the NES, graphics don't appeal to me as much as gameplay do, which is why I sometimes forget to speak about graphics. So the graphics in this game, look, I have no issues. I am not making this video to complain, but you know, the graphics here and a couple of animations, the things your guy would do, it just makes me feel like this is less a Contra and more of one of those new next generation Donkey Kong games. You know, the way Bill or Lance or your characters would climb a wall, climb the roof or something, a ceiling or something, just scale it. It's less Contra and more Donkey Kong, and the graphics in general do remind me personally of Donkey Kong, you know, on the Switch. To be very honest with you, I don't see this to be a Contra game by its graphics. I'm having trouble with the double jumps, by the way. It might be a gameplay thing, might be fixed in a tweak in the next upgrade or two, but at times I feel like my character just got stuck and it's not double jumping. Oh yeah, I'll take it. Thank you. Thank you, thanks very much. Homing FTW. Alright, so that's and the last thing I wanted to speak about is price. So I have had my eye on the price of this game for some time. It was launched for about $30, and which I feel personally is not this game is not worth $30. Now that I am playing the demo, and I've played this a few times just to make this video, just to get it right, I don't feel in any way still that this game is deserving of a $30 price tag. I don't believe so. Oh wow, just took it like that. What is the price that I would happily pay? Is anything under $10 is what I would pay for this. 15? No, I probably would not. I probably will not pay $15 for this. It is currently going on sale for $23. No, I saw that the demo is here, and I'm happy playing the demo for free. It's okay. I don't mind. I would much rather play this with my brother, with a friend who's, you know, who wants to play Contra on any given day, but not have to pay $30 and just play with one-player mode. No, I'm gonna pass that price. Oh, aerial dash is here. I like that. Anyway, so we're gonna close out this video with a mini boss fight, and I will see you in the next video.